Hello guys, hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and don't forget please to subscribe to this channel and also to press the notification button so that you can be getting such videos once I upload them about Sketchware. So in this tutorial we are going to learn how we can make an app. When you press the back button, it prompts you to exit. It prompts you to press again so that you can exit. For example, in this app, when you press the back button, you see it says back to quit, but it does not exit. If you press, it says back to quit. So we're going to learn how you can do this. But when you press twice in quick succession, the app exits. Like for example, if you press and you press again, you see the app exits. So we are going to learn how we can do that. This feature is usually useful when you are coding your app so that you don't accidentally, if you accidentally press the back button, the app does not exit. So let's see how we can do this. So yeah, we come here and create an app. Let's call the app back pressed. So let's create this. Okay, so this is the main window. So the first thing we need to do, we go to the event section, we add an activity here when the back button is pressed. So on back pressed, that's the activity we're going to add. So we press here, then we add some variables. So the variables we're going to add, one variable we're going to add is, let's call it presses. This keyboard is not coming. Okay, presses. Let's call it presses. Another variable we are going to add is time elapsed. This is also important, elapsed. Then we are going to add a timer, a component. We need to add a timer. Let's call this timer. Okay. So on back button press, so we need to initialize the logic. What happens when you press the back button? So the first thing that happens when you press the back button, the number of presses should increase. By default, the number of presses is 0, so the number of presses should increase by 1 to make it 1. So, and another thing, we need to set. After making it 1, we need to set it. We need to set it to the number of presses. We need to set it to number of presses. So, which it will set it to 1 after you press it for the first time, of course. And also, we need to set the time elapsed to time elapsed. Okay, so that's how we do it. Then we need to toast. The first time we press it, we need to toast. So we are going to take a control block, an if control block. The first time you press it, it is supposed to toast. To toast, press back again to exit. Press back again to exit. To exit, we need to toast that. After we press it for the first time, of course, we are going to take the operator when you press it for the first time. So when presses equals to 1, it needs to toast this. This is so important because when you press it in quick succession, the second time will not toast, press back again to exit after the app has exited. So that's how this is so important. Why this step is so important. So the next thing we're going to do, we are going to add a timer. Then we say timer after 1000 milliseconds. That's of course 1 second. 1000 milliseconds equals 1 second for every 1000 milliseconds. So timer after 1000 milliseconds, for every millisecond, the blocks inside this timer block should execute. So the first thing that should happen after 1000 milliseconds, for every 1000 milliseconds, we go to variable. We need to increase we need to increase the number of time elapsed by 1 for after 1,000 for every 1,000. Then we use the if then block. No, not this one. We use this one. We use this if then else. If then else. We use this block. So this is the block you're going to use. So this if then block needs to check two conditions. It checks the number of presses and it also checks the time elapsed, so that it does what it's supposed to do. So if you want to check two conditions, you use this block. This one, use this. You check this condition and another one, then do this. Or else, if these two conditions are not met, you do something else. So if time elapsed is less than 3 seconds, if time elapsed if time elapsed is less than 3 seconds, and also need to check the presses. If time elapsed is less than 3 seconds, and we also need to check that, and presses, we also need to check the presses. Presses is greater than 1. If you press it, what this means, if you press the back button twice in less than 3 seconds, then what I'm going to write next is supposed to execute. So this should execute. If you press it 2 times in less than 3 seconds, the activity will finish. The app will exit. Or else, if these conditions are not met, what we're going to do, we need to set the time elapsed to 0. If these conditions are not met, of course, we set the time elapsed to 0. We set the time elapsed to 0. Then we need to set the number, the time elapsed. We also set the time elapsed to time elapsed, so that when you press it, when you come back again and press it, it does not count from where it stopped. It starts counting from 0, because here on top it needs to set to 0. So time elapsed to 0. Then we need to also initialize the number of presses. If those conditions are not met, we need to initialize the number of presses. It needs to come back to 0. After 3 seconds, if you don't press the back button twice, then if you just press it once, if you don't press it twice, after 3 seconds, it will go back to 0. So that if you press it again, it will press again to exit. So let's try and run this and see how it's going to go. So let's run this and see how it is. Let's try and install this and check if you have done the right thing. Of course, need to test it. So okay, so if you press the back button, it's supposed to just press back again to exit. If you press it, press back again to exit. Press it, press back. But if you press twice in less than 3 seconds, like this, no, I think we've done a mistake. Let's see where the mistake is. There's nothing which is not, something is not doing what it's supposed to do. Finish activity. Less than 3 seconds, greater than 1 second. Let's see where the problem is. If presses is equals 1, then the time elapsed increased by 1. Yeah, I think I've done a mistake somewhere. Let's see where the mistake is. Let's see. number of presses to 0. Uh, where is the mistake? Let me see this app of ours. Why is it not running? Let's see. Yes. Okay, you see, there was no mistake. I think it was just me. If you press it, just press back again to exit. If you press it, press back again to exit. But if you press it in quick succession, it is supposed to exit. You see, if you press it in quick succession, it's supposed to exit. Yeah. If you press it, slowly, it will not exit. If you press it in quick succession, it exits. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe to this channel, and also I'll also be uploading videos. You can also comment on the videos you'd like me to make. Thanks for your time.